Oh boy, so this is our first event in our Voices in Solidarity project, something that we've been conceiving for the last 5 or 6 years. It's deeply important to me as a Jewish person who has also worked a lot in Black culture to talk about how singing brings these two cultures together and how singing brings humans together. So in opera, we have this incredibly high art form that a lot of people feel like they maybe don't belong to. But my goal in life and my goal in my job is to make sure that everybody feels as if they belong, that they have a place, and that they have a voice. And this is one of our ways of doing that.
This program is called Voices in Solidarity. Baltimore is operatic history, Black and Jewish operatic history. And what we're really doing is exploring 2 different communities here in Baltimore City that really are the majority. So our Black population is the majority in Baltimore City, and the Jewish population here in Baltimore is one of the largest Jewish populations in the country. And while there has been a lot of contention between these 2 communities, there's been a lot of solidarity and a lot of collaboration as well. And so what we're exploring through this project is that history and what it means for our 21st century engagement with each other, with our communities. It really is a polarizing time in our country, and we're lacking a lot of that space for dialogue. So we're using music, and particularly vocal music and opera, as a hinge or an entry point for which to bring in people into this conversation.
Well, we wanted to discuss both the beauty and the ugliness. Being at Morgan State University is very important because Anne Wiggins Brown, who becomes the first Bess in Porgy and Bess, which was a notably Jewish constructed opera, becomes the first Black Bess in this opera. And she was a Morgan State graduate. She was also a native Baltimorean, and she eventually becomes an expatriate because of racism and not being able to live her craft fully. So we have her as a window through which we see this art giving someone a great career, but also the struggles of race and gender isms that she had to deal with. Another question we talked about was the Jewish community in terms of how they also experiencing pogroms and other kinds of racial oppression, fled to America for the safetyness of all of it. Jewish immigrants coming, or Jewish migrants coming to the North American area, bringing folk culture with them, and also helping to fund and compose operas. And then also inheriting the European form and bring it to an Americanism through Lin-Manuel's Hamilton as a form of rap opera. So really leveling the playing field of this art form that was considered gatekept by wealthy people now becomes a way in which we can look at musical theater and ways in which voice and sound is helping us understand ourselves and our humanity.
I think that historically, the Jewish and Black community historically been a major part of the civil rights movement in general. And they're both giving infusion to each other. One giving opportunity to real estate, and the other one giving opportunity to music and arts. I think both are a natural partnership to try to push the boundaries of art and entertainment, to fulfill a cultural obligation to improve each other.
I believe in humans seeing one another, and through any masks or definitions of who we should be, we don't have to adhere to those things, because at our heart, we are all the same. We have a phenomenal recital which has been curated, designed by Daniel Rich. It's called Tapestry, Heart and Soul. Daniel Rich is a Morgan State alum. He's Baltimore born and bred, and he is a graduate of the Lindemann Young Artist Program at the Metropolitan Opera. And so this program today is his love letter to Baltimore. It talks about heart and also talks about soul, bringing in his experiences both in the Black church community here in Baltimore, as well as his artistic endeavors at Morgan State and beyond.
Let me stand. I am tired.